You know, sometimes we just look at ourselves as just us. Nothing special about ourselves, but just us. And to explain it, maybe to change your perspective or see what you do in a different way, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you about the time I passed my driving test. Now, I'd failed my driving test before, but I got it on the second attempt. And I was late to get to driving. I was probably maybe 26, maybe 27 before I had my full driver's license. And before that, I had two young kids. And when you can't drive, of course, everything is, public transport. And the kids we had at the time were small, they were toddlers. So we were constantly putting them into buggies, taking them out of buggies, putting them on buses, and maybe folding dead buggies and putting them into the back of taxis. And just everything was a chore just to take the two kids around the town. And I remember as the driving instructor, gave me a wave off as he congratulated me on passing my test and drove off. And I remember thinking that, something, he probably just sees himself as a driving instructor. But what he allowed me to do in getting a license transformed my life. It meant I didn't need to rely on public transport anymore. There was going to be no more days of folding down buggies, putting them in the back of taxis, struggling with kids and bags and getting them onto a bus, and then hoping that maybe the bus did show up and that, I had a way home. And now that I had a driver's license, I had a car and I could go anywhere I wanted to. And I remember thinking, this driving instructor probably sees me. Well, he passed his test. That's another student that passed. But what I didn't realize was the huge difference he made in my life. How much freedom I had. How much of a difference he made in my life and my family's life by now having this driver's license. And I want you to think about what you do, because sometimes we look at what we do as no big a deal. But to other people on the other side, you could totally transform their lives.